Hey,
Dude, like,
Mouse. Are you good? What happened?
I died.
We could always record the podcast episode now.
I thought you were gonna say tomorrow, and I was like,
No,
Start the episode.
I have started it.
Oh my god.
Okay. Hey everyone, episode 5. I know we might seem a little down, like especially Mouse, she's down on the floor.
I'm wearing jeans too. You gotta fuck with us to sit in jeans for 2 hours. That's why I'm sad like this now. Like I can't like.
Okay, so just to let you guys know, started the episode. Started the new episode actually. We were actually almost done. Like we recorded an hour of the podcast. But turns out I didn't have enough memory to keep recording. So the file corrupted and now we have to restart the recording. And you know what's so crazy? Is that Chap told me, just cut it at an hour because that's just a good time.
Well, also because we're recording this, we'll have to re-explain. We're recording this so last minute. So I was like, we have to make it as short as possible because, like, how am I going to edit, like, 2 hours of footage in one night, It's going to be kind of tough. So I was like, let's do an hour.
Yeah, so pretty much it's my fault because okay, first of all, I want to make it clear. The beginning of the podcast, I remember I said, I don't want to record because I'm going to run out of storage and this scenario is going to happen. And you guys are like, it's fine. So before this pod, I was like, I have 13 gigabytes. I think it should be fine. And it wasn't fine. And yeah, and everything crashed and burned. But the reason why I don't have any memory is because I have Metal installed, and I have it to whenever I open a game, it just starts recording. And normally I don't go through those clips because it's just like, whatever. Or like, I'll make the clip and I'll post it somewhere, but I leave the full recording anyways. I have 3.7 terabytes worth of recordings, which I should go through. Which I just went through my Overwatch recordings and I deleted like a bunch, and I just got 200 and something gigabytes worth of storage. So,
and this is why you record it and not us, because I don't have like terabytes so, like, lying around to be deleted.
Next time we sit down and record the pod, I'll make sure to check that I at least have 100 gigabytes. I know the recording's not going to take that much, but like just in case, we never know.
Safety net.
Welcome back, Mouse.
To the audio listeners, Mouse was sitting on the floor, half sobbing, and is just now returned to view of the camera.
Yeah, I think we spent like probably 10 minutes of Mouse on the floor after the tragic event happened.
But I'm just saying.
Started tweaking.
Oh, wait, why am I hearing the audio twice? Wait.
She's echoing.
Oh, okay, I was about to say, I was like, what the fuck? But I'm just saying,
turned on my echo.
That episode would have been a banger, because we were yapping.
We were intelligent. We had good takes. We were well educated. Okay? Well spoken, even.
Degree yapping.
People were gonna know that we had functioning brain cells.
No,
English degree.
Dead inside. I was on
but now...
Yeah, we talked about Twitchcon, we talked about Ludwig, we talked about Abe.
We're gonna talk about Ludwig again. I have to come back to that.
It's okay. It's okay. But like,
my back hurts.
To be honest, this probably will be the shortest Yap Recap episode, mainly because of the technical difficulties. But like, it's fine. We'll come back stronger next week. So the reason why this is probably going to be the shortest is, well, obviously the mess up, but we've been kind of bad with recording this week, and this is the day before the episode's coming out, and the only time we ever did that was with the remix, but we already had like a full episode. Right now we're trying to cram in a full episode now. But
yeah,
I think like yeah, we did such a good job. And now
not
it's all
gonna
gone.
lie, it was some of our best work. It was some of our
I'm gonna
best
start
work.
crying. Oh my god.
Sorry. I'm like actually like because like okay, I'm not tweaking out for no reason. We like struggled so hard to record this episode this week, and then we did, and it was so good.
Like
and
we
I
were
was like,
flowing.
"Wait,
We were flowing.
everything was so perfect. I was so normal. Now I'm tweaking.
We were
Oh.
normal. You guys were all gonna think like, oh, they're so well adjusted.
Like, how are we
Yeah.
Not
gonna
anymore.
get on the Minecraft server and everything now? They're gonna think we're crazy.
Okay.
Let's see.
All I gotta
Yeah.
say is that we should start it off with promoting ourselves again. So, hey Abe, it's us again.
Hi,
You don't
Abe.
know it's us again because
It's us again.
because our recording fucking failed. But hey Abe, we're really good yappers. This is take 2 of the episode because we're dumb.
We love you.
Yeah. Well, okay. We're trying to sound normal. Okay. Well, Abe.
We love.
We love you. We're such big fans.
I'm gonna die.
I can't.
I'm gonna jot notes of what I talked about now, dude. I'm gonna fucking die.
Well,
Okay, the thing is,
Abe,
Abe,
we
Abe,
really,
level with us.
you know, we're really good yappers, and we just want to be on a Minecraft server. And I'm crying.
You sound like you're crying.
I can't handle this.
You know what's sad is like we sat down to record this one and I was like, I'm too lazy to put contacts in. I don't want to wear glasses because I'm gonna look like a fucking nerd. And now I'm recording this twice over. I look ugly twice over. I have to look at myself again for
Okay.
another hour.
Okay. Okay. I've calmed down.
He's crying.
We could cut the little bit about you saying you look ugly and edited. Well, no, like we can keep that in the pod. I'm just saying to this invitation to Abe.
Just restart the invitation because
So-
you started sobbing
No,
halfway
no,
through.
no,
so
no,
just start
no.
again.
We need to keep that in. We need to keep it in.
We do.
So Abe, we're really good yappers. We like to nap. We're a good mix of everything. We really like Minecraft. We're normal. Chap doesn't love you.
Mate.
It's over. I gotta go.
I don't think you're Guys, I have 2 Minecraft llamas in the background. I'm a big fan of Minecraft.
I don't know why. Chap says she loved you right off the bat. But it's fine. I just need to breathe and think about Abe. Just invite us to the Minecraft server. You won't regret it. We were so normal the last time. Why is she?
It was so normal the first time we recorded it.
Okay,
Start it again.
but I'm just saying. We would love to join the Minecraft server because we love Minecraft. We love yapping. We just do everything. And I just think we would be pretty great. We are normal. I don't know why she said she loved you out of the blue. But I think we got this. Abe, I know you probably listen to this all the time. people tell. What fuck? I shouldn't say that. Okay.
I just can't handle hearing you say the same thing that you
I
said.
know, it's like, it's driving me crazy. It's driving me crazy. You know, we already recorded this. I can't handle it.
Okay, end of the day, Abe, we would really like to be on your Minecraft server. It would be really fun. We're totally normal, and we like playing Minecraft. Thank you. Chap, please edit this down to us wanting to be. Let's add him on Twitter, because I know, but like, I mean, I know he's listening already, but like, you know, maybe he doesn't see this.
I'll put clips in.
Okay.
Oh my god. I was
Speaking
actually
of that-
like crying. Like the way we recorded that the first time, totally normal, and it flowed.
That was the most normal we've ever sounded.
I don't know why you told him you loved him. Like
I knew we were gonna go into this episode going insane because we have to re-record it. It's hot in my room.
It's so
good, you guys. I think I do well in crisis. You know, I feel good. We're gonna be all right.
Yeah. Another thing, you know, what we're gonna do was ask Ludwig, hey, you know,
I felt passionate about this.
If you want to do an event where we just yap all the time, we're really good at that.
We watched the streamer games.
Honestly, no. Like, if you had a yapping portion of that in the streamer games, we would have won. Easy.
Let me restart this. Okay, I was saying. It's not a the ick thing. We'll come back to it later. I was saying, because we watched the streamer games, and I was like, you know, now that Mr. Beast is canceled for being Jigsaw from the Saw movies, I think our new goal should be appearing in a Ludwig creator video. Because he always has all these like creators in it, and they do these like fun little challenges. Like, I watched Dodgeball, and I was like, I would play Dodgeball. That'd be fun. So I think that should be our new goal. And yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like, I don't think we would be good in any of the like athletic stuff. I also said I don't really want us to be in like the like academic stuff either, because like I'll know information, but it just head empty when it's coming to testing. But yeah, I mean, we'll be here to chill. Like, if you have a chilling event, you know, we're really good at that.
If you have an event for cool and relaxed guy.
Yeah, for cool and relaxed guy.
Yeah, we cool like that. Oh, also, you know,
sponsor our podcast because he owns a media company.
Oh my god!
If you wanna adopt a podcast,
we're really good at recording and failing the recording and have to do it again. Just like
we could use a studio. Honestly, Mogul moves. Hit us up because we're fucking it's dire. It's dire out here. So.
It's barely episode 5. I mean, honestly, at least it happened on episode 5. You know, because it could have happened on like the first couple episodes and ruined our mental, and we wouldn't want to continue this. But we're locked in. We're locked in now.
My mental's a little ruined.
You know, but it's fine. Also, Ludwig, both English majors, rise up. You know, yeah, I'm doing that. I don't have a cam, so yeah. But like, yeah, Ludwig.
Yeah, Ludwig.
Think about it.
I was actually gonna say this on the last recording, but I forgot. But I would actually compare Mr. Beast to Chris McClane from Total Drama.
Oh.
That's who I would compare him to.
But Chris didn't get exposed.
I mean,
I think he went to jail.
Did he? Oh, I don't know. I didn't really. Oh, huh. Okay, don't listen to me then.
They replaced him with another guy when they rebooted it because he was in fictional prison. Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
But yeah, that he reminds me of
Chris
McClane. I remember at some point, like, there was like there was a whole narrative I had, and it was like Mr. Beast is gonna like slowly go insane and turn into Chris McClane and just like start straight up torturing his contestants.
He did it.
Did I call it or did I not?
Okay, but like, Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna say because this might have to be edited out. So, okay, next topic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Fortnite.
Okay. Well, I
remember a stream of
kinda,
consciousness.
No, I kind of remember what we talked about. Chap, you talked about having an addiction to Baldur's Gate recently.
Oh yeah, that's all I have going on right now. That was the main chap life update. No bitches, no life. I work at a part-time job and then I play Baldur's Gate for hours and hours and hours and hours. And that's what I've been up to. I have been romancing Asterion because I realized deep down that the main thing I care about in this world is cool vampire bitches. So that's been pretty exciting. I think okay, this is my whole thing. I'm in Act 3. Act 3, mad overwhelming. People everywhere yapping at you, wanting you to do stuff. I've killed 2 people in their house the other day, and then I got called like a bad guy for it, but they were being mind controlled by a squid, so if anything, I was doing them a favor. But no one wants to look at it that way. They just want to say, like, oh, you kill innocent people. But, semantics.
Yeah.
That's what I've been up to.
Pretty much going off of that, I think I've played a little bit too much of Baldur's Gate because one, I already have mine all the way to Act 3, but I don't want to finish it because if I finish it, then I think I'm just going to retire from Baldur's Gate. But then we also have the one where we're doing it with PJ and Dan, and then I also have the one where we're doing it with Clom, and then now we have the one
PJ and Clom.
Yeah, PJ and Clom, and then now we have one just the 3 of us, which honestly kind of iconic because like the Yap Recap,
Yeah.
pretty great.
I think it's iconic.
But also, I just think like I have to retire from there soon because there's so much content in Baldur's Gate, and I think we've been through most of it. I mean, but they are coming out with a new update, which come out with new evil endings, so that'd be cool.
I think playing it while watching like 5 other people play it at the same time also just probably. I don't know. For me, I feel like that's also what steers me because I've seen it so much.
Yeah.
So much Baldur's Gate. So it's like, because I've watched PJ play it, I've watched you play it, I've watched Chat play it, I've watched Clom play it, I've watched so many people play Baldur's Gate.
True.
I think I definitely enjoyed it less when I was in that same position. Like, I think a few months ago, when we were all just starting it, I had my own run, and I, like, never ever played it, because I was like, I already know what's gonna happen, blah, 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 blah. But now, because I obsessively finished Act 2 as over a 12-hour single playthrough, I like it more. Because I didn't know what was happening at the time, and that's great.
Yeah. I just think Act 3 is kind of fucked up. I mean, it's normal, but it's like, I'm so used to Act 1 and 2 where like, oh, look, I see some loot, I'm gonna go grab it. But then Act 3 is like, how dare you grab that loot? I'm gonna call the cops on you. And I'm just like, I don't really fuck with that.
It's a little boring, honestly.
Yeah, I think... But like, I also like applaud the game for making such like a drastic change between each act, because like Act 1 is like, oh, mysterious forest might kiss a vampire, and then Act 2 is like, damn, shit's going down, like the world's gonna end. But then Act 3 is like, oh, everything's normal politics, because like, the guy ruling the city is like actually the most evil person ever, and you're like trying to get through the city, trying to cleanse the place of all the evil, but everyone that runs the place is evil. So, and everyone like is an op. So, and some people are just minding their own business. It's like, you're about to die. Like, you want to help, but nah, they're like, hey, let's just walk down the beach. Like, no. So I do applaud them for having like drastic changes, but Act 3 for me, I don't know.
I think I got a little turned off it when I turned a corner on a beach, and then a group of people who all worshipped the Stone Lord got mad at me and called me a cuck, and then tried to kill me with no prior interaction. Yeah, because I was pissed. I was like, "What did I do to you?" Like, there was no reason for it, and they were like aggressive. They were fireballing me and stuff, and I was like, I just got here. I just walked here. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe when I can progress my relationship with my vampire boyfriend and also have half of the camp stop trying to sleep with me, like maybe I'll like it more once it gets more character driven.
Yeah.
see. I keep having to clear my throat because I was coughing earlier from laughing.
No, yeah, my throat, my throat's starting to hurt.
Yeah.
So
You laughed a
speaking
lot.
of retirement from Baldur's Gate, I did say I was retiring from PC Valorant
We're just
because,
running through these.
well, yeah, we have to
I know.
re-say everything because
Yes.
the viewers don't know
They don't know.
what we
was.
said. But yeah, PC Valorant, don't really fuck with it anymore because console Valorant on top. I'm
He's too
flat
good.
3.
He's too good at console Valorant,
I'm
which I knew
only-
you would be, but
I'm only bronze in PC Val. So why did
he
you
is
roll your eyes?
intentionally because you're intentionally bronze. You are. It's calculated.
I didn't choose that life for me.
And like I accept you as part of the bronze community.
Thank you.
But was it a calculated move to intentionally be in bronze so you'd actually have fun playing the game? Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm done with comp there because like I just can't aim with mouse and keyboard. It's not it. I like controllers. So yeah. What else did we talk about?
You'll play with us.
Oh yeah, I'll play with you guys because Little League, that's kind of
Little
fun.
League. Can't abandon us.
But even then, I
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
I don't play anymore.
Yeah, that was the other thing we were saying.
I don't know. I just don't like Valo that much. I don't like the community. I don't know much about it.
Definitely don't like the community. Every single time groups of people we know overlap with Valorant content creators, like bad things happen every single time, without a doubt.
Valorant content creators are some evil people. Like, you know what? Crash out time. This podcast crashed. I'm crashing. Okay, so okay, there was like a whole interaction where like we, like when I say we, I mean streamers people.
Yeah.
Had kind of interlocked with a group of like content creators, Valorant content creators. And while not all of them are bad people, I have met some good people out of the bunch. A lot of them are just weird people, bad people, like just don't have like a good like mental thing going on. I don't mean like mental state. I mean more like, oh, like I'll screw this group of people over to please this group of people, but then like you have like people who just, even if someone makes a mistake, they won't say anything to that person about it. Like they'll just let this person make a mistake. Like they'll just be like, oh, no, but like you could do no wrong, like just like followers. And I'm like, why follow this person? What is so special about them? Nothing. That's the answer. Not that they're not a special person in their own way, but like to just like defend this person to the ends of the earth, I don't think there's a reason. I don't see a point. But
yeah, that's why I kind of stayed away from like the Valorant community because I mean, one, I don't really like the game that much, so like I don't want to surround myself with people that like actually like it because they're gonna be like, come on, let's always play it. And I'm just like, I don't want to play it. But yeah, I don't. I mean, I kind of fucked more with like variety streamers because like they're down to play any games.
I try to be that.
They have interesting qualities other than just
Yeah.
Valorant.
Yeah. I think I'm a little over Valo, but like
I've been finding it boring lately.
Yeah,
I just like I find it boring lately, and then I was saying earlier, like I will play 1 or 2 comp games if we're doing comp. I refuse to do more than 2 because I think after that I just get so like, I don't know, the headspace is just not it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
And then 5 stacks. I know for sure Tonedog and I have said this to people before, where it's like I just don't like to do the 5 stacks like 99% of the time because it's like too much. It's almost like too much talking most of the time. Like at least 3 people care about the results of the game too much, and then like I always feel responsible if things go bad. It's just not the vibe.
Yeah. I think 5 stacks are just too much.
But you know what we've been playing recently? Fortnite.
Fork knife.
Yeah. I do fuck with it. The Marvel season. Okay.
You should talk about the skins and your issues with those, actually.
Yeah, so like I think it was like 2020 Fortnite came out with the Marvel collab, like the whole season, because they've done collabs with Fortnite like prior to that too, because Infinity War came out, and then they came out with like an event for like
the
fighting
Thanos stuff, right?
Yeah, and then they did it again for when Endgame came out, which I think I don't even remember when that came out. 2019? I don't know. So they came out with a whole season of Marvel and then fighting Thanos. Like, that's pretty cool. And they went off with the gliders. Like, each of the skins had their own personal gliders, and it wasn't just a glider. It was like them using their abilities to fly down. So, like, the next seasons, they kind of did different gliders. Like, they did, like, the surfing glider, and then they did, like, the stair one with, like, Magneto building that. Like, that's dope.
And that was recent, by the way. That was still in there, like, 2 weeks ago or something.
Yeah.
So,
just, I feel like that's relevant to this point.
Yeah, so, like, literally, that was the previous season, the Magneto one, and I was like, yo, kind of sick, kind of dope. And I was like, of course, they're going to come out with cool gliders for the Marvel stuff, because they did before. And this was, like, 4 years ago, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And then this new one comes out, and they just have normal gliders. Like, they're not even using their abilities to glide down. So, I just... The skins are cool, but I just think, like, they could have done better with the gliders.
And creative.
Yeah, because I've seen them have the ability. Like, if they didn't do it before, then I'd be like, oh, okay, you know, Fortnite, normal. But they did it before, and now it's just like, what the fuck? Like, why didn't you? So yeah, that was more my take on that. But
I like
otherwise, it's
your
pretty cool.
Fortnite kid takes.
Yeah, it's they could have done better.
I think when Fortnite does something that's like lazy, you like activate a sixth sense or something.
I'm just saying because
being a Fortnite kid, and I like it.
It's because look how much work they did with Lego Fortnite.
True, we were looking at that.
Whole different animations, whole different stuff because they're in Lego form. They can't come out with a cool glide. Like, it also pissed me off. The Korra glider. All she had to do
what was it?
It was the actual like glider that Aang has, you know. But the thing is, she's just hanging from it. She could have had her like legs up just a bit to be gliding like it. Could have been cool.
Yeah.
But I mean,
they could have done it.
It's not bad, but like I mean, they could have.
Yeah.
They have the means.
Yeah. So.
They do.
So why not?
Exactly.
Yep, that's fair.
But like, I mean, season so far, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Getting back into Fortnite.
Yeah. And then I also want to get back into Overwatch because the new hero came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think she came out.
I remember seeing stuff about them. It's like a little astronaut person, right?
Yeah, and she's a healer, so like I fucks with it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Platinum healer.
It was Tonedog that showed me like a trailer video for.
Oh yeah, I showed her a trailer of the hero. Pretty cool.
I think Overwatch is our best arc potentially.
Yeah.
It's very vibey.
We were so happy. I want to go back.
I mean, it was like less than a month ago.
I want to go back to both of them.
Pixelmon is fun. It's just not as engaging as other
things.
Yeah,
I really want a shiny Eevee, but the whole thing is one Eevee is kind of hard to find in general, but also like the shiny Eevee in a birch forest, it's a white Eevee. I don't think I'm gonna be seeing that like at all. So I would have to clear out all the trees around me.
Listen.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like I would have to clear out all the trees around me, so it's just easier to see where the Eevee is. But then my place is gonna look ugly because all the trees are gone.
Are you in a birch forest?
Our place, because I also live near there.
Yeah. Chap followed me there. She lives across the water, but you know what I did learn from TikTok? All I have to do is lower my render distance, and I don't have to see her house.
And then I don't exist anymore.
So like now my scenery is good again. So like pretty okay. I'm just saying your house was kind of ugly at first.
That bad. It's not that bad. Could be worse.
By the way, they went and lived somewhere, and I went off to a distant land.
I went off to a distant land, and then I had a stalker follow me. So
I sat there and like, well,
I didn't follow you there. I was walking alone.
I mean, Mouse, you could live with us at this point because I have a stalker with me. So
well, I mean, I already have a place, you know.
Oh,
it's really pretty forest, really far from everyone.
But don't worry, we have waste stones. That's why I told Chap, I'm like, you know, he could go build somewhere else.
My summer home.
So
it's just gonna be right by y'all's.
Summer home. Yes, that's fine. Yeah. But yeah, I like Pixelmon.
I think it's because last Minecraft server you tried to live like as far you lived as far away from me as like humanly possible.
That
and then
was
wouldn't
up
let
to my
us
lawyer.
You
go there.
bullied
No, but
us.
I think that's where those feelings came from. Where I was like, I'm just never gonna see this guy again if I don't live across from him. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's fair because he didn't let you touch the waystone. That was like the one
Uh,
condition.
Yeah, that was kind of mean. I was sad.
Yeah,
A little bit, just this
kinda
much.
mean to us.
Only this much though, so I got over it.
Yeah, but like
I
he
don't
was
care- I
always
only
at your
care this
house,
much.
so I mean, like you got to see him all the time.
Well, he's my biggest fan. So
Ooh.
I mean, you guys are besties for a reason. So, I think you guys are.
I don't think
It
we're
was-
besties.
It was really funny. It was me, I'll admit this myself. It was me, Chap, and PJ and Call.
You know what this
And
is?
he was molding at me playing TFT. No, I've been playing TFT recently. Not a bad game. Don't hate it. Chap and Tonedog threw tomatoes at me. For
Yeah.
I guess since it's a story, I get my freedom. Anyways, I was playing TFT with PJ last night, and Chap had joined, and I was like, he was molding at me playing, and I was like, PJ, let's be friends. Let's be friends again,
You said it so many
It's
times.
fine. I was like, we'll just be friends now because he kept like, I was like, no yelling. We'll be friends. We'll go back to being friends. And then Chuck was like, oh my gosh, wait, that's your bestie. And I said, no, not my bestie, just my friend.
She kept saying it. She was like, let's be friends. Let's be
then
friends.
Oh my God.
And then I was saying like, I don't think he wants to be my bestie right now because I was just making the dumbest decisions ever. And he was just like, and he literally got to the point of like looking for jobs that he got so like mauled at me playing. He's like, you know what? I'm sick of this, and started like. And I think I drove everyone in that call insane that night or last night.
Yeah. Speaking of TFT, like, I just think there's too much happening in that game that I don't really want to learn about. So the only way I'm gonna play, just letting the viewers at home know again, because we did this recording.
What is it, Tonedog?
If I get a penguin skin, not an ugly one, like a cute one, I'll play TFT. But otherwise, I ain't touching that fucking game. So yeah. That's my take.
Did a FNAF jump scare.
No, okay, and I'm gonna explain my hang up with TFT. Again, I want this on record, so if somebody's like, Chap said she would play it, but didn't. Okay, I just want to explain. I not fully opposed to the game. I'm not opposed to anything. Like, I'll play a lot of games that my friends do just to be like, oh, it's like something we could do together. Like, maybe I'll like it. I'm pretty open to trying new things most of the time. Which is something Hyperius complimented me on when I paid 10,000 piano points. I'll have you know. But anyways, pretty open to trying new things, even if I'm bad at them. TFT, I played it once. It's like fine. There was parts of it where I was like, oh, this seems interesting. Like, I wish I better understood what was going on. But ultimately, I just don't feel like learning another game. Because we have so many things that we like doing as a group where I'm like, I don't need another thing.
Yeah.
Because TFT actually requires like some level of learning how it works and thinking, and I just don't have the time to be doing all that right now.
It requires some level of brain power.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm busy.
Yeah.
I have a podcast, okay?
To film twice in 1 week.
I have to edit this podcast. I don't have time to learn
have to film
who Tom
again this
Kench
week.
is.
True.
Tom Kench.
First name Tom.
Last name.
Yeah, Mr. Kench.
Mr. Kench.
I don't know him. I may never know him. It's possible.
The world may never know.
The world may never know.
Well, I guess we could just go back to we did mention what our icks are in people. Mine was more of like a general ick.
Yeah, not relationship icks necessarily, just things people do that like.
Mine was when people don't respond back to messages because like I don't know, it's just annoying because it's like you send them a message and then they don't respond, but then they'll talk to you later and act like everything's. I'm like, well, you just ignored my message, that's just annoying.
Yeah.
But like the minute you do that to them, they're gonna be like, oh, why didn't you respond to me? It's like, well, but like I normally always try to respond to people. I think the only times like I don't respond to people is if like in the middle of the night, like I get a notification and I kind of look at it, but like I'm half asleep anyways. And then like in the morning, I realize I'm like, oh wait, they did message me, so that's my ick.
Yeah. And as you brought up earlier, you called me out on that one time.
Oh
I
yeah.
did that to someone.
Yeah.
Which I'd somewhat valid. I'd semi good reasoning for it, but like it's still rude. So you should reply to
True.
people. But appreciate honesty. It's good stuff. I'd prefer you told me if I was doing something you disliked than just like kept it to yourself.
I agree.
Yeah.
So that's good stuff. Good communication. But what was your ick, Mouse?
My ick was when I'm telling or like talking and someone just like if I'm like usually it's if I'm talking one-on-one with people or even if I like say something if no one's speaking and I'm in a group of people and I say something and like people just don't listen to it, I get so upset and I'm not repeating myself. Like just know I will not if I am talking to you one-on-one and like I tell a whole 2-minute story about something and then you're just like, wait, what did you say? I'm not repeating it. I'm leaving, walking away. Because in my family, like, if I speak, ain't no one listening. So I just, like, I don't know, I just really hate that. Plus, like, if I, like, feel like people aren't listening, I will stop speaking, like, entirely.
That's fair. Honestly, I realize sometimes when people talk to me, they'll say something, and if I'll say like, "Wait, what did you say?" But then like, it finally gets into my brain what they said, and then I'll answer them before they repeat themselves.
Yeah,
because it's like, oh, okay, like I realized what you said after I was like, oh,
No,
what'd you
yeah,
say?
like, your brain doesn't fully process it. That's normal.
That just brought up like in my head right now because I was like, oh yeah, like I do say like, what did you say? Sometimes, but like that's totally different. People are just being rude to Mouse at that point because it's like that's just fucked up if like someone's actually just talking the entire time and then they're just like, oh wait, what? Like, huh?
It's happened to me multiple times, and I'm like, or sometimes they won't even like acknowledge that I just spoke. They'll just completely ignore me, and then I'm like, okay, I'm never speaking. I don't know. I feel like people are just mean to me sometimes, but it's fine. And then Chap, what was yours?
I thought of another one between the time I said this and that. Like nothing to do with you guys. It's just I thought of something that I've said annoyed me before. Okay, the first thing I brought up is when you're spending time with someone in person and then they're just like they're on their phone a lot or they're very focused on something that's not you.
Yeah.
Or like the setting you're in. I had this close friend of mine in second year of university, and I remember every single time I hung out with her in person, she'd be very glued to her phone, and then also would bring up stuff that was just random and be like, "Oh, this girl from my high school did blah blah blah," and I was like, we're at a park. Like, look at that duck. I don't know.
Can we just go hang out with the ducks?
I think when people aren't focused on a conversation you're having in person or giving you their attention, I don't like that. I find that irritating. And the other one I thought of was when people are over familiar with me, it can make me not mesh with them very quickly. If I'm just becoming friends with someone or being friendly with somebody and they're immediately acting as though we're much closer than that, that can kind of be an issue for me because I'm very selective with who I become closer friends with. So I don't like when someone acts like we're already there and we're not.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I had to deal with that recently, and like, I don't know, I don't hate when people are over familiar with me. And like, I think another problem is I've had like such a big problem with like men specifically having this weird obsession with me. Like, I don't know where it comes from, but I've had to deal with it multiple times before where like people will get like obsessed with me, and I hate that, especially if I had like just met you and like I don't get over familiar with people easily. I don't like trust people easily. I don't tell people a lot of things like right off the bat. Like I get to know this person. I play a little dumb so that they think that they can mess with me. And then after like I just test them. I basically am like putting people through like thousands of little tests in my brain where I'm like, am I going to continue like speaking to you? But if you get over familiar with me, automatically I'm like, oh. So yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I feel like I never assume I'm closer with people than I am. If anything, most of the time I assume that I like people more than they like me. So,
I assume that, yeah.
Like I think with both of you guys, we were like friendly at least for I think a while from GTA and stuff like that. I don't think I hung out with either of you one-on-one for a very long time.
Yeah.
Just because I'm not like that kind of person to be like, oh, let's become closer friends until way after.
I
don't
think
know.
the only like people in the beginning I hung out with one-on-one was literally Clom and PJ, like from Streamless.
Mm.
And then Poppy too, but Poppy we hung out more after we met up. Sorry, my mic cuts me out sometimes, but I got a new mic.
Oh my god, new mic.
New mic. Who dis?
Hello, Mike.
It's a fancy little mic. Has
little
buttons. Mic. I can make my voice echo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have an applause button that doesn't work.
Oh.
Wait, hold on. Does it? Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Did it work? Okay. And then I can pitch my voice, and allegedly, like the little thing with my voice where it's like, yeah.
That's kind of cool.
If that works, but
that is cool.
That's my new mic that I got. I mean, I got it 2 years ago and never set it up. It was the time I tried to set it up. It like didn't work, and I got upset, so I stopped trying to set it up because I don't know anything about like technology whatsoever. But I had a friend help me set it up last night. W friend. And then yeah, I got my new mic. Another ick though, because I thought about this one. I got distracted by the mic. Is lying, because this is what we were talking about right before the pod went boom.
Oh yeah.
If you're gonna sit there and lie to my face about something after I already know the truth, like if you're gonna talk crap about me, stand on it and own up to it if I confront you about it. Because if you're gonna talk crap about someone, it's gonna get back. It's going to go all the way around, back to what goes around, comes all the way back around, said Justin Timberlake in his song. I'm gonna hear it. Stand on it.
Also because we talk to so many content creators and stuff, like that's just the type of person who will tell you if someone's talking shit.
Yes,
yeah, it's the type of sphere that we're in.
Someone's gonna tell you.
Oh, you'll find out. Yeah.
Like.
I think the main problem is like, especially if you know before, I like to just say it to them like if I don't know, but like, hey, like, were you saying this? Yeah. But then like obviously if they lie to me, and it's just like, oh well, now I know the type of person you are, and plus I don't want to surround myself with you. But I do hold more respect to people if I ask them like, hey, did you say this about me? Because I already know, and they're like, yeah, I did. Like, I would rather you say that, like, because at least now I know like you actually stand on what you say, because otherwise like you'll just be like fake to everyone else.
Yeah, it just makes you fake. Yeah. Like if you don't stand on it, it literally just makes you fake. Yeah. Sorry, but it does.
And I feel like it's always the type of people who are being fake who are the type of people to have a public persona of, you know, like, I'm all about communication, and I'm not the type of person to be in drama. I hate when people surround themselves with drama. It's like it's almost always that kind of person who preaches like, let's be healthy and have healthy relationships, who's not
probably the worst one at it.
Practicing that, but I mean, maybe it's because maybe the psychology of it is that people have something to prove, and like maybe part of them feels guilty, so they're like, I'm gonna make my public persona like so positive. And
but
blah,
I
blah, blah,
also think that some people like they love to surround themselves with drama. They love it. Yeah. Like they thrive off of drama. And I was thinking this earlier actually, but like some of my friends, like they're like in like certain groups of like they're like content creator groups that they make, right? They're in like small groups. You could probably figure out who I'm referencing, but no one else can. But small groups, and like while I will interact with like some people in those groups, I will never interact with that group as a whole, because certain people in like that group, they love drama. They love they love when something's happening. They love subtweeting. They love to like, oh, this thing's happening, I'm gonna make my comment on it, even though it has nothing to do with me. I don't really like that. But
people who subtweet love subtweeting, by the way.
Yes.
I just want to say, like, I feel like most people who subtweet are like, I don't want to talk about this. I don't like addressing this, but
obviously
blah
you
blah blah
do.
blah blah. But like
blah blah blah. Yeah.
they do. Like I think it just brings it brings them a certain amount of joy and excitement in their life to have
Like,
drama. And
exactly.
you know, maybe I'll cut this. I don't know. I've been accused of being someone who surrounds themselves with drama. I don't feel like I am. I think it's very obvious when someone is because they're just in everybody's business for no reason. Like,
Yeah.
I promise you, most of these content creators who are maybe adjacent to me, I don't know what's going on in their lives.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
most of the time I have no idea, and that's cool. I'm
Like-
very okay with that.
Most of the time, if I know stuff, it's because I'm either told stuff or I'm just like. Also, I think you have to be so careful with who your friends are because one,
We talked
when
about that
people-
before, yeah.
yeah, when people see you like with a group of like people, like or who you hang out with, they're gonna assume that you're like that. Like when I was at college, I was friends with this girl, same name as me, by the way. But and this is like, she's thriving now. She has like a nice, healthy relationship. But when we were there, she was a little bit in her hoe phase. Like she was like talking to the entire college football team. It was really bad. But I remember I stopped like associating myself as heavily with her because I was like, I don't want to be seen like that. Like I know people probably see me like that because of the way they be looking at me. Stay so far away from me. I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And then also it's like, I don't know, especially like in the online space, since it's like you see less of that in the online space and more of like, if you're close or you're friends with someone who is like obsessed with drama and likes that drama, they're going to bring it into your life no matter what you do. Or like if you're friends with someone who like doesn't have a
True.
level head, they're going to bring drama into your life. Like I had, I think, 2 panic attacks over the past week just over like drama and how I don't want to be like, it's so stressful because I don't like drama. I don't want to be in it, but a lot of the time, if you're
Yeah.
friends with the wrong people, you get dragged.
I think it's also harder with online relationships because it's like they put on this persona this entire time, but then you find out like something really bad happened, or like also not really bad things, but like you're like I don't want to like associate with you that much anymore. So then you kind of just cut them off. But like I think it's just easier for that to happen because everyone puts on like a fake persona kind of when they're online, and then you find out like how they actually act.
I think narcissists are going to be drawn to online profile, like being super online. So we run into that kind of behavior a lot. Yeah, you saying the drama thing made me think of someone in specific, and I was like, wow, I was some. Anyways, I'm not gonna say that actually.
Like a person dragging you into drama. Or
yeah, or like bringing up drama a lot, and then it's like I'm forced to now think about that, even though it's not something I'd regularly want to involve myself with.
Yeah, that's why
a few months ago.
I just think like it's safe to have like to cut people off online, but like that's a normal thing too because it's like obviously it's like sometimes people are just busy in life, in real life, and then they can't always tend to their online friendships as well. So.
Or even like, not like fully cut off too. I think it's just good to like if you feel like someone is bringing like more stress and like negativity to your life, I think it's fair to be like I'm gonna hang out with them a lot less often or message them a lot less often.
Yeah, like... but also there, like I said before, which the podcast viewers haven't heard because we have to re-record. But like there's also growth. So like I would rather you grow on your own than surround me. Like I get like you're like, oh, this is tough, you know, I'm trying to be a better person. But like I would rather you try to figure that out on your own because I think that's probably the best because you find out like who you are as a person rather than who you are by the people that you're surrounded with. Yeah. And also you shouldn't bring that energy towards other people until like you're fully grown as a person yourself. Because as people we all make mistakes, so it's totally understandable that someone is going to make a mistake, but like don't be shocked if people don't like the choices that you make and then they're like, okay, don't want to really hang out with you, but like maybe in the future it's like, you know, oh, I've seen this person mature a lot more, like maybe we could start talking again, or just like you know, it's not an overnight thing that you could just fix
for sure,
and you just it takes time, and it's not like, I mean obviously some people do like really shitty things, but like to people that like do like not the best things. It's like there is room for a friendship to mend. It's just not gonna happen.
It's gonna take a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you also have to understand that just because you feel like you've changed in some aspect doesn't mean that everybody else is gonna immediately accept that and be like, oh, I guess they've changed if they say they changed.
I think it's very important to look at it in both perspectives because obviously there's a reason why people are thinking a certain way and how they act, because it could just be based off of how they grow up, or it's just that they're like too much online, and or like they just never had like IRL friends, or if the opposite too. It's like, I think you just need to always see like, okay, now I understand why they did that, but then also it doesn't excuse your actions as well. So I just think everyone just needs to think about why things are happening, because the reaction is because of an action. So
yeah.
Like I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it's so important to be like friends with like level-headed people, because I don't know. Some people are crazy, man. Some people just
it makes me think of during like the GTA era where things were getting really heated all the time.
Yeah.
Like, there was 100% people that I am now totally fine with, who at the time during like the height of that I was considering maybe like not talking to anymore or cutting off, because there was just things that were happening where it was too much drama and too much focus on other people, and that kind of thing was getting to me a little bit, where I was like, I don't want all of my conversations with my like friends to focus on complaining about other people.
Yeah.
But a lot of that kind of mended itself, and so I'm good with a lot of the people who at the time I thought maybe I was not going to be so okay with anymore.
Yeah.
So, you know, that growth is possible.
Same.
And then there's just like a lot of times, especially with online relationships, miscommunication. Like it's like probably the worst thing that's out there, because it's like, oh, well, I'm gonna believe what this person's doing, or like if there's no communication at all, of course nothing's gonna grow. So I just think like communication is very important, but also with communication you need to be open-minded, because if you're stuck in this headspace like, oh, I can't do anything wrong, let me find out what they did, obviously it's a two-way street, and like you need to come to terms that like maybe both people did both people did something wrong. Which that's the tea on X and drama.
That's the tea on X and drama.
Yeah. You know what I think is so based, though, out of that whole conversation we just had? It is so true to me that the people you surround yourself with, like, represent who you are as a person. Because I can't even think of the number of times where there would be girls in my high school who were perfectly nice and, like, kind people. But then, and they would be, for example, like, not homophobic, and then they would get these homophobic boyfriends, and I would always be like, well, now I know that, like, I'm not really gonna, like, trust you anymore to be someone who's in my close my life, because clearly, even though you have these values, you don't stand for them that clearly. So
like you're not, because at my school I had made like a friend group, I made this friend group when I had gone MIA. And over time, I just learned that one of the people I was friends, and the thing is, it's like, well, actually, no, it's this specific guy in the group, right? But then everyone else just kind of like eggs off of him because they're like, oh, like he's cool or whatever. Like, I don't know why they think he's cool. I don't think. But like he was like being like super, like he was being homophobic, like racist, what was it called? Ableist, like all of the above. And I was like, why are we just like letting him do this? And so I think like the straw for me, or like I kind of like stopped associating myself with this, like him already, because I don't really like him. He's not really my friend. He's not my friend. He's y'all's friend. I'll be friends with y'all. He's not my friend. But then the straw was when he had said that Black History Month shouldn't be a month, and everyone just let him get away with it. And it was like the reason was, oh, well, that's because he was raised differently, so blah 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 blah. But he's 20 years old. He has plenty of time to make decisions for himself in that aspect. It does not matter who his parents are at that point. It matters who he is as a person. shows more on his character than it does on his parents' character. And number two, my mom was raised the same way, like basically the same way as him, where she had like her parents weren't racist, but like, you know, she was raised in like a more closed off small town, like like heavy Christian family. She does not act like that at all. It shows more on him as a character, and then it shows more on the people I hang out with as like like as people. It's like, why are you just
enabling?
Yeah, you're enabling it.
Yeah.
Like, why? So then that's probably the reason I stopped hanging out with that group and only hang out with like one person from it, because she's like me. Just really, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a very like privileged way to go about living your life though, where you're like, I can have these values, but I don't really have to represent them in my day-to-day life. Like it doesn't matter. Yeah, that always pisses me off. You see that with content creator people too, though, where sometimes I've actively heard people say, oh, I don't like this person, I think they are wrong for doing X, Y, and Z. And then you'll see them like in their replies, like, let's collab, or like, I want to do this thing with you. So like,
that's why like I try to keep my circle like small, because it's like that's why like the main people that like I hang out with now is like you. Chap Mouse, because I'm like, when I said you, I'm like, oh, you, yeah,
you the viewer at home,
you the viewer at home, yep, we hang out.
Fostering parasocial relationships.
You two, PJ, Hyfurious, and like Traverse. And it's like I try to keep it just small, because like, but then also we have like mutual friends, you know, and it's like, oh, you know, like hanging out with Claw, Mary, like all like pretty much like the whole circle, but like I like to keep like my close friends kind of just more closed, because you just don't know with people. And
I feel like I've been disappointed by so many people.
Nap and yap. I just want to nap and yap. That's all I want to
nap and yap.
But I think the distinction too, which we talked about on version 1 of the episode, is that when you're in the online content creator circles, so many people, it's like coin toss of if you'll meet somebody who's well adjusted and has like an active life outside of the internet, or if you'll meet someone who only has a life on the internet. And there's really, initially when you're meeting someone, unless you just get an ick or a feeling about it, there's really no way to know. So that kind of, it's rough.
We were also saying on version 1 that like a lot of the people that we met, like that when the streamists meshed with like the content creator groups, because I was saying on version 1 that they're not like, not in like a mean way, but they're not, I wouldn't consider them content creators. I'd more consider them content creator focused, to where they're trying to get there. And I feel like people with that mindset, I feel like they don't think too much about like things. They're more focused on like views. What can get me more views? Who can get me more views? Who can I screw over to get more views?
Another thing that goes off of that is that obviously we're all small streamers and whatever. So obviously people are gonna try to quote unquote collab, because like we're small streamers, like whatever. But just because someone like collabs with you and stuff doesn't mean they're like your best friend as well. Like, so like you also need to take that into mind, because it's like not everyone you like play a game with once is going to be your best friend. So I think you just need to get into that headspace. But then also it's like, oh, like we talk a lot like off camera and stuff. So like obviously we're closer than just being like, hey, let's play a lobby, or like let's do something. So
let's stream.
I just think people need to start thinking about that more and stay in that headspace, because like obviously if like you stop talking with someone that you collabed with, that's totally normal, because it was a collab. But also with friends, sometimes you just stop talking, and that's totally normal, but like you're still friends. So it's like I don't know, it's just tough. I think it's just tough with like online and in-person relationships in general, and it's just trying to navigate that, because everyone has different opinions about stuff, which are valid to have your own opinion, but like
you know that actually happened to me recently, where someone like became like super over familiar with me, and I brought this up on version 1, so I'll bring it up again. But someone became super over familiar with me after we did a collab, and like because you know I consider like Cosmic and Qualm like their bestie, like we love them. But I like was using the term bestie a lot, and this person I made a joke like best friends for like X amount of years, right? And like I was just like it's a joke, so I'm just like going along with the joke. But then like it kept going, and then they got the blah 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 super close to me, blah blah blah. It was a whole mess. That's why the Lululand blew up. But basically they're just like they like sent me a whole thing about how like they weren't wanting to be as close with me anymore. And then like the next day they were like, we're still friends though, right? And I don't know if it's like a content thing or what it is, but it was just really weird to me, the 180 switch up. But you know.
Yeah, I think people who are very online can assume that things are a bit more meaningful than they are.
Yeah.
Because they don't really put it in terms of a real relationship. Like, if a real person only hung out with you a handful of times in a public like group setting, you wouldn't consider them like a best friend. But I think sometimes when people are online, things can feel like so whirlwindy, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking about over the course of this conversation?
What?
Like, this reminded me of like something made me distant from someone before, where there was someone who I was like, oh, maybe I'll like become closer friends with this person, and then I decided in my head not to, because I told someone a joke one time, and then they made a short of them repeating that exact joke word for word.
Oh,
I just remembered that.
You gotta send us the short after this.
I'll try to. I'll find it.
Or like tell us who it was at least. Like I'm actually so curious about this now.
I showed this to Mary one time, and she was like, "That does sound like your phrasing. Like that sounds like something you would say." Because you know, not to like be obsessed with myself, but I do feel like I kind of have a very particular way of like phrasing things a lot of the time.
You do, yeah.
My cat's gonna jump down here. Boom. Oh my
gosh.
But no, like, I don't know. I said something to someone, and I remember they found it pretty funny. And then a few days later, they posted a short or something, and I watched it, and I was like, that's something I told them. Yeah. I commented on something, and I said, oh, it's like blah, 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 blah. And they made a short saying, isn't this thing so blank? And I was like, that's me.
That's funny.
And ever since then, like, I don't know, sometimes content creator people, I was doing, like, Lethal Company Mario and Luigi with Mary one time, and it was a bunch of people I'd never met before, and I saw them on their streams, like some of them were like following us and like trying to add onto the bit and whatever, and I've become so self-aware of being like used for other people's content because you don't know how to trust
I am not your content dummy, run away.
Like, yeah,
okay, what if we did like Stranger Danger but with like content, just like if someone like is walking like, or like you're like playing a game with someone and they're like blocking MP trying to steal you for content, just be like stranger danger and then run away. Like
people do use me for content
sometimes. Or you know that one like TikTok something that's like, that's my purse, I don't know you, like that.
I mean, I use chat for content.
But also,
during the month of December, I had her join like almost every call.
It was every single for like no, there's a few that I wasn't there for. But also, I'm like pretty good friends with you.
Yeah.
It's what I wanted to be there, and I was telling you every day. I was like, you should stream this and you should do blah 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 blah. I told you to post shorts of things, like that's whatever. Yeah. But I don't know, I've had it happen a few times where people I'm not so close with will like post content with me in it, or like in that scenario, like bar for bar something I said.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
but that is crazy.
This is not the space. I'll find it. You'll know it's me. When I show you.
Oh my gosh,
that's interesting. It's an interesting life. So yeah, I don't know. I don't talk to content creators a lot of the time.
Yeah, L content creators.
Or if I do, it's like a one-off, and then maybe they find me funny, and then they add me on Discord and follow me back, and then we probably never talk again.
Oh my gosh,
that's my experience
with like people in person. It was so interesting because like, first of all, I did not expect everyone to start introducing themselves by their online names, and I was like,
oh yeah.
Y'all are content creators, aren't you?
But like, also, I think it's kind of hard though, because like, well, I mean, we already met, but
yeah.
Well, not you, yeah, but like me and Chap already met. So like, even at TwitchCon, like I showed pretty much my badge, like, oh, especially being faceless. But like, otherwise, I think I would probably say my real name.
Well, I think it's different. Like, if I had already like spoken to these people before, I think the only person I had spoke to when I went to like meet people was Neo. So like it's different with Neo because I'm gonna call Neo no matter what.
Yeah.
The rest of these people, like I didn't expect them to introduce it, like because they were like meeting everyone who I was with. So it was like it wasn't just like, oh, I met this person, so I'm just gonna keep going. No, I didn't know these people.
Yeah.
So I found it a little I think I just found it stranger because I'd never met these people. Like I found it a lot stranger to introduce yourself by your online name. Like
I'm in a like weird spot with that because my online username is like one letter off from being my actual name. But like I don't know, it is kind of weird because I think my family has like nicknames for me and stuff. Like my family and my best friends IRL call me Chaplin because that's my name. But then all my online close friends call me Chap.
Yeah.
And then when people first meet me, they'd say like Chapliz, or they don't know and they say like Liz. And that always feels so formal to me when someone's like, hello, Chap. Like people at TwitchCon were like, hi, Chapliz. I was like,
hi, Chapliz.
Like, who the fuck is that?
Who
never
are
heard that
you?
name. Never heard that name in my life. Like,
Speaking of,
I was just gonna say, I think Mouse is like can be used as a cute nickname, so I'm happy about that. But anyway,
I know. I think I'm probably gonna call you Mouse in person.
Yeah, same. Like I don't, I don't know. It'd be weird. Be like, hey, well, I don't want to dox your name.
My name is out there.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, your music stuff. Morgan. Hey, Morgan. Yeah. So
I
like,
get scared.
Yeah.
I can see. Okay, if I saw you in person like multiple times, I could see myself getting there. I think I could get to that point down the line.
Yeah.
It took me all of TwitchCon last year to start calling Traverse Trevor, and like that's almost his username. Like it's not even that far off.
Speaking of TwitchCon, you know, going again. Like the last time this is part 2 of recording this. I just think it's gonna be a different vibe than the first time because the first time like we were trying to meet everyone like crazy, but then also go to the convention. But I think this one probably will be more chill because like we kind of like already know who we want to see, so like we kind of have more set plans, but also not a requirement to see everyone because like I know like me and Chap we're staying for like an entire week, so like we're gonna have like days where we're just gonna be chilling and not meeting anyone, but then like days where we're gonna see people like a beach day or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we're still
going out to lunch.
I think this is more chill. But like I said last time that the viewers don't know, I think this will probably be my last TwitchCon because like the con itself is all right. Like it's cool seeing your like favorite creators, but then it's like I think we use this as an excuse to see each other. So I think it would just be better to like hang out with the people that you want to hang out with and, you know, actually schedule something. So that's why I said the Yap Recap take on Cruise.
Which cruise is like so random to me.
I think a cruise would be fun. Honestly, like if we were to play, I would say farther in the future because those are a lot of money. But
I don't have the time to go on a cruise.
That too. Farther in the future, though, the Yap Recap plus and friends cruise. You know, I think it'd be pretty.
I'm just saying, like the Yap Recap would go crazy on a Disney cruise.
Oh my gosh,
I want to go to Disney. I said this last time.
Yeah,
like go to Disney.
One day I'll go there.
I think
one day.
because like we're just so educated on Disney originals and like Marvel. It's so like I think like a cruise would go like the new one that they're making. It's they're normally they have like a statue of like a Disney princess, but the new one they have the statue of Black Panther. Kind of cool.
I want to do that.
So like that would be pretty cool.
But my personal goal for us is to meet up within a year, like not just a year from now. That's my goal for us is to have a like some kind of meetup.
I agree.
Maybe more than once.
I was saying a beach trip would be really fun for my birthday. I honestly wanted to plan a birthday beach trip to Destin because I don't trust many beaches, but their beaches are beautiful. Like the sand is white. It's not hot when you step on it. The water is clear. It's clear.
MouseCon.
I do want MouseCon to happen.
I would be very happy if we met up again.
I really want to.
Now and like next
fall. But I guess that would oh yeah, that's true. I was about to say I thought you were gonna say like soon after TwitchCon because I'm like it's kind of like winter time. I don't know if the beach is the best time.
No, I would just love if we met up sometime between October of this year and October of next year. You know what I mean? Like instead of.
I feel like if like we planned a trip instead of having to rely on TwitchCon, we could plan something that could possibly be cheaper for
True.
everyone involved. Because like with TwitchCon, it's like you have a set place you're going, you have a set place you need to stay at to be around. You have like everything has to be so set in stone.
Yeah, and during
But, like, if
conventions,
you plan
people
your
hike
own
prices
trip-
up. So
Yeah,
True.
and like if you plan your own trip, it's not like you don't have, and not everything has to be perfect about the trip, you know? Like
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think like especially with TwitchCon, like we based our like finding of a place to be close to the convention center.
yeah.
Because like obviously, yeah, we're gonna go at least one of the days. But
Mhm.
like if we didn't base it off of the convention center, I think we could have gotten like a nicer Airbnb. But like
Mhm.
obviously we are close to the city as well. But like if we plan something like a beach trip, obviously we'd spend probably a little bit more money. Because the thing is with TwitchCon, it's like we're paying for the tickets for the convention itself too. When
Mhm.
if we go to the beach, we can at least put that money towards a better Airbnb
Yeah.
or like something
Yeah.
else. So, and plus we wouldn't be Ubering everywhere around because we're just
Mhm.
going to the beach or something simple.
Yeah. We'd live like
Yeah.
somewhere that's at least
Oh my
close to the
god,
beach.
we should go to Disney World. I've
I would
never
be so
been to Disney
happy.
World.
I would be so happy.
Like that would be like a fun
That'd be-
trip because we could just
that'd be
stay
so
at
cool.
Disney and
Yeah.
just go.
That'd be
Guys,
so cool.
I'm so excited for the years to come.
True.
You know, I'm excited. Honestly, I feel like I hope with my life that we've kind of like got into a place where like we have surrounded ourselves with a lot less drama filled people.
Yeah.
Like we've kind of weed out the bad parts. And you know, I think that the years to come are going to be great. You know, I have hope for once in my life. I haven't had hope in years. You don't understand.
I know. I really hope things stay the way they are. Very.
Like
Yeah.
even
Very
though it's been
happy.
like 2 days, like I feel like this has been the most calming 2 days of my life. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
like I
been
just
pretty cool.
work
Like
and
I'm like
hang out.
actually pretty excited to do stuff, especially at
Yeah.
TwitchCon now, because like especially without the expectation of going to the convention every 3 days,
hmm
like
Mhm.
we could go to the beach or we could just relax. So like I'm chilling.
Yeah. I think we
Mhm.
like in summary had some like heavier stuff going on, and then there was like a lot of stressors related to going to TwitchCon and the whole
Yeah.
thing. So I've honestly had a really good week for the most part. Like
Yeah.
on the mental front, like it's just been pretty good. I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, because like also like once I cut out that situation that like was part of like the 2 panic attacks, which was the Lululand thing,
Mhm.
like I've been great. Like I'm
Yeah.
like, but I'm a lot more cautious. I feel like now with like speaking to people in general, like
Yeah, me
I
too.
I think the only people like I speak to, like I don't know, it's like y'all,
The
Cosmic
viewers at
Home,
home.
J-Bro, Neo,
Y'all.
viewers at home.
You
You right here have a chance
Yeah.
to speak to me.
I think
But-
I said
If
this
you go to
earlier
TwitchCon.
and not in this version. But yeah, like part of me, small part of me is like sad sometimes for like past parts, like past versions of me where it's like I was so happy when Streamus was happening and I was so like
Yeah.
open-minded about all the people
Yeah.
that we were surrounded with. And I think now I'm a little bit more closed off, but I think it's ultimately for a good thing because
Yeah.
if you're surrounding yourself with people who are going to like dislike you based off of a small piece of information or like people you don't
Mhm.
fully trust, that's no way to live. So
It's no way to live.
for the best.
You don't want to live like that. No, yeah.
You know, I've
Um,
actually kind of really happy we're getting closer to Traverse, like as a friend, because he is just like the most positive person I've ever met,
He's so
and like
sweet.
the energy, the vibes, it's just
Mhm.
like he's just such a good person. I don't know.
It's that
Yeah.
it's like that thing of that the people you surround yourself with can like impact your own life
Yeah.
and your own circle, so you want to surround yourself with good people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's very nice.
Yeah, Traverse is great. Yeah.
W Traverse. I know we did
have-
have beef with him at the beginning of the podcast, like the
forgot
first
about
couple
that.
There was
episodes.
beef.
I know he might have
Mhm.
made us listen to Megan, but like,
And he's kind of mean to me, to be fair. But
like pop off
Mm.
though, like pop off, Traverse. Do what you
Um,
got to do.
No, I think it's funny. One time he messaged me and he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry if I'm like too mean to you," and I was like, "No, like no."
No, you're nowhere near Tonedog. It's fine.
So literally, I was like, "Nah," like because I've only also started talking to him more recently, and I was like, "You're good. You are so okay."
He's just so nice. It's like, oh my god, you just gotta protect him. Put him like in a little glass jar. You know, just protect him. Be like, hey, this is our friend Traverse. Be nice. Be nice to him.
I feel this way about like all of my friends, though. Honestly, I feel very very protective of friends of mine.
I feel very protective.
That's lame to talk about. That's lame.
Oh, especially Hyperius. Like he's just like just a little. He's just a little baby.
Yeah.
It's just, hey, Hyperius. This is our friend Hyperius. Like, remember when he was getting yelled at during his bomb down games, and we were having a watch party? Like, I was just like, don't yell at Hyperius. You know?
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
Yeah, I talked about that with Mouse last week. Hyperius is so nice to me. He's very considerate, and I appreciate that.
He's a sweet person. I don't know. There's there's some of our friends that are just like, just little guys. But yeah,
it's like you're too good for the world. Don't let the world damage you.
Chat, for a minute, I thought Nikki's arm was your arm on this side. I was like, what are you doing over there?
Oh god. Oh my god.
Nikki,
I'm blending into Nikki.
Oh, but I don't think it was in this podcast, but show the whole picture.
Yeah.
Nikki's in
I'm
her
gonna
bed.
just edit it in because my bed just crossed it out
but
in the H&M bag. But yeah, Nikki's in my bed.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. Not so. Yeah. I think with all the drama stuff that we had just been talking about, because like that was stuff that affected my life, but also Mouse, you had your own separate drama and we had our own shit going on. And I was like, hearing about it, I was like, I just felt bad for like you guys, if anything. Like, I don't know. I don't really care if people talk negatively about me for the most part, because I know what I am. I know it's not true. So I don't really give a shit if people are wrong about me.
Also, it's like, it's good to just talk things out too. If people have if someone thinks you have a problem with them, I would rather just talk to them.
Yeah.
And tell them.
Oh yeah.
But if like they think you're a bad person for having your own like discomfort or stuff, I think I would rather them call me a bad person and be secure in my mental state by not surrounding myself with certain people. So I don't know.
Exactly.
It's just you got to do what you got to do. And I mean, it's your life. And I mean, if you want to surround yourself with those types of people, I mean, it's up to you. But at the end of the day,
go to their replies, ask to collab, be my
yeah. But yeah, I think honestly, we kind of did good for the brief. We're an hour and 17 minutes.
Oh
yeah.
Look at us.
But I just like, okay, so the last one I did look at the time, and we were at an hour and like 6 minutes. So I mean, longer. Yeah, this is longer, but like honestly, I think we kind of popped off.
To be fair, we're dying at the beginning.
Oh my god. No, literally I think I like died at the beginning because like my like entire body just shifted, and like I just feel like I could go to sleep now because of all my energy died out at the beginning of this pod.
No, yeah.
But I think this is probably the best time to say, Abe, we do want to be on the Minecraft server. We are normal. We just like to yap. We're pretty chill, to be honest. And I think it would be great. We love Minecraft, especially modded Minecraft. I mean, it is kind of overwhelming, but like we like trying new things.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
we'll try new things.
Yeah, so I think it's kind of cool.
Ludwig.
Oh yeah, Ludwig again. Ludwig, English majors.
English major.
Up. We would
English major.
We would love to like hang out.
Yappers.
And do an event. Not like hang out because like that's kind of parasocial. But like
I'm not your friend.
Yeah, don't tell Ludwig you love him like you told Abe. So
no, I know better. Don't worry.
Yeah, so we if you want extra yappers, we'll show up in person.
I will be event cannon
Yeah.
fodder. I will
Like,
be
I
out
mean-
first
I
in your
mean,
event.
I'm in California, so it's easy for me. But like, Mouse is
I'm in
pretty
California.
close.
We're in California. We're all there. It's
We're all in
easy for all of us.
We're in Cali.
Yeah, so like, you
Right
know,
now.
set a date for us, Ludwig, and we'll show up and we'll
We are
yak
all
with
there.
you.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
I'm an hour away.
Okay, we're probably not the best to be lying to him as our first thing. So far, Chap's just the only liar. But it's fine. That's what Canadians do. So
What?
So thank you so much for listening to the Yap
so
Recap.
much for listening to the Yap
Typical
Recap
Don't forget
episode
American
5.
propaganda.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, if you haven't already and you didn't know, we now have a TikTok, which I have to edit and post TikToks for. So go check that out. It'll be linked down below. So yeah. But yeah, thank you all so much for
Yeah.
listening to the Yap Crash Out.
Bye.
Yeah. I don't know what to say. I ran out of words.